First off, thank you all for coming. If I stray away from the mic, throw something at me, let me know. I usually don't talk in front of this mic. I usually have my camera going. So thank you all for coming. We have some important speakers, important in my mind, should be important in your mind, because they're here with the same thing that we have in mind, is to protect what we shouldn't have to protect, but we do anyway. It's the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution, and the people behind us don't see it the same way. First off, some general housekeeping. We want to make sure we can let people walk on the sidewalk, please. This is the Freedom Trail, oddly enough. We want to make sure we don't inhibit anybody. We don't want to piss off anybody. We just want to educate them. Also, as more and more people, when they start to fill in the back, we want to make sure cars get through, just like we did in 2016. Police ourselves, and we'll be fine. So first off, this movement is taking place at every single state capital across the country at 10 o'clock. So at 11 o'clock our time, they're doing it in the next time zone over. And the attempt is for everybody to show unity as gun owners and lovers of the Second Amendment. Whether you're a shooter, a hunter, a collector, we are all on the same team. There should be no us versus them. We're all on the same team, and when we realize that, there are 100 million of us. Like Trump says, millions and millions and millions. There's millions of gun owners across the country. We should never lose an election. We should never have anything happen to us like it did Friday in that building behind us. Now, we know that not everybody has the same mentality as the gun grabbers or the people who are anti-Second Amendment. But if we don't speak up for our rights, silence is accepting what's coming down the pike. We can't do that. So like I said, this movement was started nationwide by a gentleman named Matt Hansen out of Brownsville, Texas. He runs another YouTube channel called Never Enough Ammo. Maybe some of you might have seen his channel. It's a very good channel. If you're a shooter, check it out. It's a lot of good information. He reached out to me to see if I could kind of coordinate in Massachusetts. And with literally like 8 days to do it, we pulled it together. So I want to thank Steve for the sound system, Mike for the wicked quiet generator. Thank you. Without you guys, I'd already stop talking now because I hate yelling. And forgive me for notes, because I usually shoot off the hip and I don't want to say the wrong things. So, as for myself, those of you who don't know me, my name is Jared Yanis. I'm a retired police officer. I'm former military. I'm a gun owner. I'm a shooter. I'm a firearms instructor. I'm an American. And I want to make sure that all of our rights stay the way they are, regardless of what the popular opinion is that week. Because that doesn't matter. Our rights are our rights, and they shall not be infringed. Thank you. So I run a little channel called Guns and Gadgets. It's just a little channel, but check it out. If you're into the Second Amendment, I cover news across the country, no matter how big or how small, good or bad. I try to keep us all informed so that this stuff doesn't happen in every state. We have to stop it. So what we know is this. July 20th, 2016, Maura Healey decided she was going to reinterpret a law and instantly make many of us felons overnight, felons in waiting, because she thought we were using copycats. So ARs, AKs, and the similar became illegal overnight. We were all, most of us, I was here, 2016 on these very steps, calling her out, but she didn't attend. And I sent her an invitation to come here today. I don't think she's going to make it.
She doesn't care about it.
Absolutely. But that law that she reinterpreted without public opinion or legislative input was like that for almost 30 years. Numerous attorney generals across the country, federally and state, never had a problem with it until she decided that Hillary Clinton was the way to go, and she hitched onto that train. Thank God that didn't work out. More recently, since October 1st, 2017, when the incident happened in Las Vegas, there were 16, now there's more. Some of them came out Friday. There's about 19 bills federally right now to infringe on our Second Amendment in different varying ways. They're trying to use the whole death by 1,000 cuts technique. We're going to stop you from being able to use a bump stock. We don't want you to use 11 rounds in your magazine because that 11th round makes you an assassin. All kinds of little infringements, but they're coming. And unless we, the people, band together and use the power that's given to us in the U.S. Constitution, it's coming. And I get a lot of people, a lot of comments online that say, it'll never happen here. Yeah, it will. Because if it happened right here, where we're standing on the Freedom Trail, it can happen anywhere. Here in Massachusetts, we should all know that there have been multiple bills filed to infringe on our rights. Some of them got stopped Friday, some of them got passed Friday. Some of them are still in the works, just reworded, and are going to be submitted in their own bill. Stuff like, we don't want you to oil your gun or any lubricating of moving parts. Let's ban pre-ban magazines. And stuff like that. They want to make the EOPS, the Executive Office of Public Safety in that building right behind here, they want to make them in charge of controlling how you maintain your weapon. So you have to ask for permission from some guy in that 21st floor. Hey, can I clean my gun today? I need a new spring because it's a little old. Can I do that? That's what they want. So we all know about what happened Friday, right? If you don't, Representative David Linsky, who was trying to get basically everything thrown at us, during the budget there was an amendment filed, and we were the first in the nation. We had to be the first, right? The first, we fought for freedom here, we had to be the first to do something. So we are the first in the nation to ban the bump stock after Las Vegas. Give them some room, guys. So there are other states trying it. It's trying Illinois, but the people stood up. They got a hold of their reps. They made the phone calls that I always tell people to do. They made the emails. They did the office hours. They made contact. And it got stopped. Massachusetts didn't happen that way. So as of Friday, if you have a bump stock, a piece of plastic, a 25 material, 25 cents of plastic, will get you life in prison. Welcome to Massachusetts, the home of freedom. In all these instances, in every one that's on your minds right now, there's a common thread. And it's the infringement of our constitutional rights. And we can't just be sheep and stand by and let it keep happening. It's been happening for 2 decades. Many people are too busy with their job. Many people want to watch the Patriots play. Many people want to go do whatever it is with their family, but as long as it doesn't affect them, the individual, they're okay with it. That time's done, guys and gals. It's done. We need to stop motivating people. We need to get everybody on the same page. And like I said, there are 100 million of us nationwide. Give or take, in this state alone, there's about 1 million active LTCs in this state. We should never have anything like this happen to us, ever. Power is in numbers, and we have the numbers. In the late 1700s, standing right where you are today, patriots by the name of John Hancock, Paul Revere, John Adams, Samuel Adams, not the beer. They stood right where we are today, and they said that they had enough. They fought for our independence, and they fought for our liberty, and the whole country evolved from this neighborhood. Don't ever forget that, because too many people do. And if we remain the way we are, the whole country will end right here on these steps as well. Now those patriots are replaced with people like Deval Patrick, Jim McGovern, John Kerry, David Linsky, Maura Healey, Elizabeth Warren. All of those who want to do one thing, and that's to restrict your rights, restrict the rights that your children have, to take away the ability to protect yourself and your property at all costs. And it's not about the guns, don't get it wrong. It's about control. So without me getting long-winded, I'll save it for my channel. We have some great speakers with us today. Everybody please give a nice warm welcome to our first speaker,